right, who's ready for a road trip? Yeah, I know Kyle and his group's already most of the way to California. And I'm going the other way. Whatever. Time to get going, man. Yeehaw. And what time was it? It was 5:15. All right, all right, all right. Okay, this is interesting. So I'm in center Jonestown, I guess. Anyway, coming through the construction zone. Well, it's not fair. One time around the storage place on Boggy Ford, I got FSD may be degraded. It's not raining. I mean, yes, it is 5:35 in the morning, so it is dark. But you're degraded because it's dark. Then again, I don't drive around in the dark too often, so maybe there's something to it. And so 2 times through the construction zone, it also threw up, or was it 3 times? I've already lost count. FSD may be degraded. Okay, we'll see how it goes from here. I mean, we got another hour of darkness. Or is it 2? I've lost track because we in daylight savings time now. I think it's 2 actually. Well, before sunrise. Anyway, it's so curious. It made me stop to record this message just to share with you guys. I'm kind of stunned actually. I mean, yes, I've gotten it when it's raining and after it wipes 3 or 4 times. Oh, it must be degraded. Really? You see the road much better than I do. And you think you're degraded. I don't know. Okay, whatever. Onward, upward. Let's see how it goes. This may be, but yes, I can drive manually. You're right. I do it in the Model Y, so why not? Okay, onward, upward. Okay, guys, welcome to Waco. 108 miles, an hour 54 to get here, and I'm averaging 310 watt hours per mile. Which makes sense because I'm going highway speeds. Whatever. Let's not say too much about it, but I'm kind of excited because it used to be when I was passing semis in previous trips, FS2 like, oh, let's get over now. There's a semi right there. Now it's at least doing it more like I personally would do it, and that is going up, seeing the semi in my rearview mirror, and then getting over. Now, California road rager type people may not be too happy about that, but I'm making sure that there's some space between me and the semi before I get over. So, for me, that's pretty exciting. That's cool. That's what you want. All right. Is there anything else? Oh, so early on, yeah, we're charging. Early on, we had some FSD may be degraded. And one time I was going around a curve that FSD always finds tricky, and 2 or 3 times we're in the construction zone. Since I've left that construction zone, I haven't had a single degraded message. Not that there's any even peak of sun. Well, maybe there's just a hint of sun coming. You know, we're not there yet. So that's what I think is, it's just when things get a little tricky, FSC goes, oh, I'm scared. That's the only thing that makes sense. Okay, there you go. Trip so far is going great. Other than, yeah, I'm already tired. We just started and I'm already tired. But anyway, onward, upward, charge. All right, up to 75%. It looks like I'll make it in the Grapevine with 24. I know there's a Magic Dock somewhere in that area. Well, anyway, there's going to be a supercharger around somewhere, so no worries. Onward, upward, charge. Okay, just a quick glimpse of the stations here in Waco. That's interesting. The last one has a different green than the others. Okay, I don't know. This is the first time I've been through here and there's no cars, except when it was broken years ago. Hey guys, welcome to Irving. What in the world's going on here? Okay, I don't know. Anyway, welcome to Irving. It's 130 miles, 2 hours, 18 minutes, 301 watt hours per mile. Should I call the police? Okay, so I went by the, I guess, Hiley Auto Group, where they're supposed to have their VinFast, and I didn't see any indications of that. And I went by the Pinnacle Volkswagen, or VinFast of Grapevine. They do have signs out, they just don't have any cars or anything else that would indicate that anything's going on, but they at least have signs there. So there you go. Wow. I wonder what this guy's doing actually. Oh, he bought it used, but it's blacked out. I don't know. Whatever. Let me get this thing charging up so we can move on. Okay, I was about to hop out of my car without recording this. Sorry. So 47 miles, 48 minutes, 295 watt hours per mile. Most of this was done without FSD, just because of all the city traffic. Yes, it's 635 onto US 80, all restricted access highway. It's just the differentials in speed between the people who are, there's no cops here anyway, I can go whatever speed I want, all the way to those of us who are following the speed limits. And then there's the guys who are going like, well, I wasn't really going any place today, so I don't have to go there. All right, whatever. Peace and Army. Yes, when I saw the signs indicating that Buc-ee's was ahead, I pulled up the map and said, well, is there a Charger around here? And it turns out the Charger is about the same distance as Buc-ee's. And there's I-20 over there. So we could just went down this road anyway. Whatever. Peace and harmony. It's all good. It's 11:03 a.m. Okay, guys, welcome to Lindale. 55 miles, 49 minutes, 344 watt hours per mile. Oh my. Yes, the road has opened up and I am going the speed limit. Yes, indeed. No more of the slow city traffic stuff. At least not for a while. Anyway, FSD almost the whole time, actually. You know, I want to say one, but no, I don't think so. There's a couple places where I wanted to get over to the right because there's a fast car coming up behind me, and FSD refused to honor it. Now, maybe if I waited around long enough, maybe he would do it, but brake honesty off, move the car, turn it back, FSD back on. All right, but other than that, oh, and then pulling into this place, I got a forward collision warning. I don't know. I think it was upset that I was turning into this place. And maybe it thought I was going to go into the curb. I don't know. Because there is a concrete curb there. But otherwise, I have no clue what his problem was. But other than that, oh, it's all good. Well, bummerisky. Anyway, there's the Charger that's not exactly on the way. But at least I'm not going backwards. So I'm gonna go over there. It looks like it has plenty of chargers. It'll only take me 25% to get there, so I should be okay. And I use the normal slang language of unplugging the cable and leaving it on the ground, saying, yeah, these aren't working. Who knows, maybe they're doing some kind of maintenance on the back end. But anyway, although these still had the bumper stops, so this is not open to, I thought these were version 2. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony, let's move on. Okay, so I seem to have poor cell reception in the car here. So I just have the circle of death going. However, I was able to do Google on my phone, And so Ruston is about 170 miles. My estimated range at the moment is 182, so I have enough range if everything goes right. So if you know me, I like to be a little bit more conservative. So let it charge for a little bit longer. Whoops. But I am up to 68%. Like I said, I got 183 range. It's just that I'm charging at 65 kilowatts, which is really slow for a supercharger. But like I said, I think the basic problem I'm facing at the moment is they must be having some kind of issue at this site. And the two plugs I've already tried, yes, they're unplugged now. So too bad. Now, the car next to me is just parked. So I don't know. I don't know if they're getting the same kind of thing where the charging performance is really bad. They're probably inside enjoying their lunch. Like I said, it's sort of lunchtime, so that makes sense. But if I stick it out, get it up around 75%, I think I should be safe enough, and we'll go from there. Oh, so there is a charger in Shreveport, actually. Come back and look at the other way. That's what this one is. Yes, Shreveport, Louisiana. It's also 150. Okay. And this is actually where I'm heading to. Open till 6 p.m. What is that place? I don't know. Okay. So like I said, he's having a connection problem, so he can't communicate correctly. But there is the charger in Shreveport. Actually, that should be enough reason to unhook and go right now. Because it shows red. I should be able to make that no problem. And yes, I agree. I should be able to make that no problem whatsoever. What am I up to? 192. So I have 20 more miles, so to speak, range than I need. All right. I hear Kyle yelling at me. What are you doing? Get out of there. And to be fair, Shreveport's right here. And it has 6 ports open. Wait, there's 2 open up here? Did somebody leave? Maybe somebody left. Maybe I should go no. What you should do is unplug and go. All right, yes sir, let's do that. And hopefully once we get driving, it'll straighten this part out and we'll be good. Okay? Hey guys, welcome to Shreveport. The mall? I don't know if is there other malls in Shreveport? Okay, whatever. 103 miles, an hour a third, 29, and 299 watt hours per mile. Yeah, so over here in East Texas, the speed limit's 70. And every one of those 70 mile per hour speed signs have the red bar around the edges. State provides that. Usually in other places in Texas, that means if you see a red bar, it's the warning, hey, we're about to slow down for a city, you better pay attention. Over here on I-20, that means, hey, you better pay attention, but every one of your signs have it, so it loses its meaning. Anyway, whatever, peace and harmony. Yes, I had several places where I had to accelerate hard to avoid at least coming close to hitting vehicles I'm passing in front of. I don't know. This morning I was like, oh, perfect, that's good, because it was giving me plenty of distance. I think I finally figured out, well, it must have something to do with how close somebody is behind me. Right? If FSD thinks he has time, no problems. If FSD says, oh, somebody's about to hit us in the rear, then we have a problem. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. All right, I'm already at 9 kilowatt hours. It says I need another 5 minutes. So Ruston is a magic dock, if I understood it right. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. So right now it's saying I'll arrive with 9%. So let's charge it up just a little bit more. Just make sure we have enough charge to make it, no problems. And then we'll go from there. Hey guys, welcome to Ruston, Louisiana. Oh my goodness. Okay, 70 miles, 1 hour, 12 minutes, 310 watt hours per mile. Yeah, I'm running the highest speeds. Actually, there's 70 right now. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Okay, I need to go back. What made me so mad? Oh. Okay. So let me rant here. This is about FSD. We're coming up on a vehicle entering the highway. For some reason, this vehicle is kind of coming up where they're going to match my speed, but not exactly. But instead of speeding up and getting in front of me or slowing down and getting behind me, they're kind of matching my speed. What I figure is they're actually going to get in behind me, but FSD doesn't see it that way. FSD figures they're fixing to ram me or something like that. I don't know exactly. All I know is FSD throws on pretty significant regen brakes. Fortunately, there's nobody to the left. Brake on, FSD off. Forget this piece of junk. Come on. You're braking hard because there's somebody in the next lane? Yeah, I think FSD is having a real problem with people who are in the other lane. You know, like in one case, the guy's turning left. He's left of us. He's turning left. This is another case, and FSD's braking. They're turning left. They're going away from us. There's no reason to brake, but FSD's going to brake. Okay, going back to this one. Like I said, brake on FSD off. Pull the car over to the left very quickly. I mean, the car was unsettled in that maneuver, and it should be. This is not normally what you should have to do. In any other situation, any other car, I would have just left it up to that guy to figure out that he couldn't merge in. He had to either speed up or slow down. But FSD wants to brake hard. Come on, man. Maybe that version 12 thing is much better, but oh. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Let's get plugged in. Okay, guys. Welcome to Rayville. 53 miles, 48 minutes, 278 watt hours per mile. Yeah. Okay, anyway. I don't think there's much to say other than welcome to this small town. Oh, it's actually a lot bigger than some of the other ones I've been to. Hey guys, welcome to Pearl, Mississippi. 103 miles, 1 hour, 36 minutes, 294 watt hours per mile. Yes, the energy usage has come down a little bit. I'm going just, well, Mississippi's a 70 mile per hour speed zone, or state, along with all their 60 zones. Oh my goodness. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Yes, there's a few places where FSD just has to cut in early. Okay, but we already talked about it. And there's one place where this lady, girl, whatever, was coming on, entering the highway, and she was timing it to meet up with me. I don't know why. She kind of looked at me like, what are you doing there? Well, I'm on the highway, going down the highway. What are you doing here? Merging into the highway? Yes. And when she went by, you could see on the right side of her car. Oh yeah, she's had several encounters. Not a surprise. Okay, whatever. Let's get charging. All right, guys. Where am I? I'm at Lowe's truck stop in Mississippi. Sorry, I don't even know what city it's in. Anyway, 50 miles, 56 minutes, 300 watt hours per mile. And yeah, Bubba, I'm starting to get pretty tired. So the rest stop, I was planning to stop out around Forest, Mississippi. They closed it because they're working on the restrooms or something like that. Oh, bummer. All right, so I'm not really that far from Mississippi. I mean, Meridian. So I can take on charge there at Meridian, and it looks like it's not all that far to the Alabama Welcome Center. So that's where I'm going to head. So I'm going to stop in Meridian just to make sure I get charged up, so I can camp out overnight. But there you go. All right, here we are in Meridian, Mississippi. 41 miles, 42 minutes, 355 watt hours per mile. Oh, but I've been preconditioning. Okay, that must be it. All right. Wow, it's been a long day so far. Okay, let's get pumping. All right. So the basic question is, do I really need to be charging? All right. So this says, if nothing changes, I'll arrive at Cottondale with 13%, which is a safe buffer. But I probably need at least 15% more for the camp mode. Yes, because I'm going to sleep overnight in the car. So I'm guessing that at least 15%. So that means I got to go up to 60, 70%. Okay, there you go. So yes, I do need to charge here in Meridian. But it looks like I'm only like 20 minutes away from the Alabama Welcome Center. So I'm not very far away from there. There you go. Welcome to Alabama. Yeah, bud. All right, 10 miles, 21 minutes, 301 watt hours per mile. Total trip for today. Wow. 781 miles. Started around 5:30 this morning, and it's now 9:50. Of course, I've lost an hour, but yeah, it's a long day. All right, so anyway, 781 miles, 239 kilowatt hours, and 306 watt hours per mile. So yes, there you go. So I'm doing better in 3 miles per kilowatt. I have that, I guess. And I'm not really pushing it that hard. But anyway, peace and harmony, onward, upward, charge. Alright, so for day one, I used 239 kilowatt hours and added 235 kilowatt hours through supercharging. Total cost of the 235 hours added was $80.66. Total mileage covered was 781 miles. There you go. So there you go. If I'm treating you properly, I need to go back and compute something for gas, right? Anyway, what was my average? Did I write that down? My average usage was 306 306 watt hours per mile, which is a fair amount, but still better than 3 miles per kilowatt hour. Right? So, I mean, and that makes sense. So much of the trip was at 70 or plus, depending upon what the speed limit was. So there you go. Alright, for day one, just for grins, let's say you can get 25 miles per gallon. So that'll work out to 31.24 gallons. You can just round it up because I'm not counting a few kilowatt hours I added at home. Anyway, so the total cost if you're driving a gas car, $91. How's that? $91. What? Okay, let's say you round mine up to 81. I saved $10 just on fuel. Okay? And I'm using superchargers. Those tend to cost more. Anyway, onward, upward charge. Good morning, guys. I'm just trying to enjoy the sunrise. You know, beautiful morning. A bit chilly, but not freezing. So, of course, the downside of what I'm showing you is look at all these ICE vehicles running engines. You know, if only they had, I don't know, a small power wall, something like that, that could keep their vehicles running overnight, or keep their AC running, all that kind of stuff, you know. Okay, anyway, going back, I was thinking about it last night, but when I came in, I was like, oh, yeah, I drove further. I should have had to drive, but the rest stop I was going to stop at was closed, so whatever. Although it worked out fine. I mean, it's just, yes, you could tell I was tired. I was down to 63 at times, and the speed limit was 70. So, anyway. I'm trying to think back on what the issues were from yesterday. So some of them have nothing to do with me, but it's interesting and somewhat important to say, here's some issues you should be aware of. All right, so I came across that poor guy at Irving, Texas. I'm guessing he's driving an Uber. I mean, I know that Hertz rents out to, I think it's Uber drivers. And so, anyway, he's locked out of his car, and he can't get hold of his service center guy. I mean, he borrowed my phone to call him, and he sent an email. I didn't see the indication that there was a response, but I think if he felt like he could, he would have broke out one of the windows in the car just to get in. In fact, he was trying to break into, I mean, I showed him what my trunk looked like. We were both driving Model 3s. So, he's trying to find any way possible to get into his car. At least he said, well, I left my phone in the car. You can see the phone's in the holder. So, you know, well, if you haven't ridden with Uber, you don't know, but so the Uber drivers do check in, get their routes, pick up their next fare through the phone app. All right, so he has his phone there in the windshield. I'm guessing that Hertz didn't give him the option to have a phone key. Although it would be inconvenient to have it both on the dash, the phone on the dash, and in your pocket. Okay. He also said he has his wallet in the car. Well, I mean, I carry my key card with me. That's my first backup, is my key card, just in case for some reason my phone doesn't work. So you gotta have those things. If you're driving a Tesla, okay, Tesla's different. Tesla's more focused on technology forward. To pick on somebody, and don't take this wrong, they purposely did this. Okay, the Volkswagen ID4. The Volkswagen ID4 is set up to feel comfortable to somebody who drives a VW or previously drove VW. They give them an ID4 that behaves the same way. You carry a key that's similar to it and all that kind of stuff. In fact, they try to hide the fact that it's an EV to some extent. I don't know why. I mean, it seems pretty obvious, but I don't know. Whatever. To each person, whatever their preferences are, they should have the right to go that way, as long as they're not hurting anybody else. So, anyway. So the first thing is, I mean, it's almost like, I mean, Tesla does put out videos. They share, but when somebody, and the Uber drivers are like, no, this is the cheapest car. Okay, fine, give it to me. Let's go. I'm guessing that's kind of the way this thing works out, and they really need to be trained how this works. I mean, when I got my Model Y, I watched several videos. I watched a bunch of videos about driving and charging, but also they have videos on how do you actually control the car and set up the car, because I knew it was going to be very different. So if you're not prepared for something very different, Tesla's not for you. On the other hand, if you're sick and tired of all the old junk, get Tesla. You know, it's that easy. It's never that easy. It's a lot of thinking. But anyway, there's that one. At the Buc-ee's at Terrell, I saw some guy driving around with a Mach-E and his charge port open. I'm kind of wondering, since they just started coming out with the adapters, if maybe his navigation has already directed him to the Buc-ee's, and he's going to go, okay, where do I charge? I can't charge a Tesla. I don't know. So, you know, Ford, I don't know if that's all happened. I just know that a Mach-E drove by with its charge port open. Okay, so I'm guessing he's looking for someplace to charge. And again, same kind of thing of, there needs to be education, and I don't know that there's a good way to do it, because if you're renting from Hertz or somebody else, you don't know what you don't know, right? And I know Hertz sends out the videos when you reserve. They send you videos. And it would do you well to take a look at what they have. Yes, I tend to agree. They tend to be somewhat lacking information, but you got to start somewhere. Okay, so there's that one. Lindale. Oh my goodness. Is that the one? The Corsicana Street Bakery? I mean, that version 2 was having issues. So I plugged into the one charger. Is the only one that I thought was the only one that was there, that was open. No power. Okay. So how you feel about this is up to you, but to me the street slang is, if the cable's on the ground, that's an indication that charger probably has an issue. Okay, it's that easy. Now, if you're adventurous or if you're desperate, you may try to plug it in. That's cool. I get it. I mean, I did the same. I've done the same thing. I've picked a. So the other thing is sometimes people just have a hard time getting the cable back into the holster, right? It happens. Okay. So anyway, I was on the third charger before I got a charge, and that plug actually had some wear. I mean, there was part of it was missing, right? But it had enough to make a connection and charge. Now it was charging slow, so my feeling is they probably had a power problem there, but I don't know. All right, so when I came around to the third plug, I mean, I didn't even know that was there until I came around and, oh, there's no plug here. Let's try this one. But there was another supercharger in, I think it's Henderson, Texas. And I had enough charge to make it. So, and I've done the same thing before when I went to Three Rivers, Texas. That was another version 2 that was, it was overwhelmed. It was a warm day, and I was having a hard time getting any charge. So the same thing, pull up the navigation, find the closest supercharger, regardless what direction it's in, and see if you can make it there. So at Three Rivers, I waited a little bit, got enough charge, and made it down to Alice, Texas. In the case of Lindale, what I was going to do was I was going to go to Henderson, Texas. Was it off path? Yes. But at least I would be going east, and that's the direction I was traveling, so that would have worked out. So in a lot of places where you would look for superchargers, there's another one that's within 50 miles or so. Actually, Henderson was like 40, something like that. So you hear the guys go, well, I ride with 0%. Yeah, knock on I actually like his videos. It gives you the confidence that you can do. If he can arrive at 0% and make it work, surely you can ride with 10% and make it work, right? So anyway, that's Lindale. So what other charger problems did I have? I think that was the main thing. Everything else worked. Now, I think, let's just say 2 out of 3 superchargers I went to, when I looked it up, it indicated some plug had a problem. Okay. But usually they have at least 8 posts. So 1 post out of 8, at least for now, we can survive, I think. I don't know, I find it curious. But anyway, I think, the Magic Dock, when it first came out, like, wow, cool, this is awesome. And if you don't have a Tesla and you have an EV, the fact you can go to a Magic Dock and charge is awesome. But it looked like they were doing Magic Docks for a little bit, and then they stopped doing them. I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. But anyway, right now it looks more like, hey, if your company hadn't gone to signed a deal with Tesla, you kind of have problems. Although it seems like Electrify America is coming back. I don't know. Maybe. Let's hope so. I mean, for the people who are, no, I can't use Tesla stuff. Okay. I mean, Electrify America, although you know where Electrify America came from, right? Yes. I used to have a Volkswagen TDI, a diesel. It came out of Dieselgate. Yes, where the Volkswagen engineers and executives came up with a scheme to cheat the emissions checking. And this is in Germany, where they have acid rain in the forest. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's just sad. But anyway, that's where Electrify America came from. Was their part of their settlement was they funded Electrify America. For a while there, Electrify America couldn't figure out how to keep their posts in the ground, keep them working. But I drove by the Waco site, and for me, the Waco site was famous because there was a guy somewhere in West Texas that, I can't go home for Thanksgiving because I can't get charged at Electrify America in Waco. Okay. I mean, there is another option in Waco, but what do I know? Yes, the Nissan dealer has a DC fast charger. Although it may not be a whole lot, at least it's something. And sometimes that's the way you have to look at it. At least if I can get something into my car, I can move on to the next possibility. That's the way you have to treat these things. When you run into those situations, like I said, Three Rivers was one of those situations where, oh my goodness. Or I'll throw you another one, Kingsville. Now, Three Rivers in Kingsville, I went down for the SpaceX launch, which they delayed, and as it turned out, they delayed a day. I could have stayed and actually watched the launch, but I didn't want to stay another day. And I figured I could watch it on YouTube, so what difference does it make? Anyway, Kingsville, because there were so many people who went to the SpaceX launch who drove Teslas. Okay, Kingsville had a line in it. At a glance, because I just drove by, at a glance it looked like there was like 3 or 4 cars waiting to get a charge. All right, Kingsville's not that far from Corpus Christi. Now, would I have to go out of my way to go to Corpus Christi? Yes. But they had a charger there. It was open. Worked well. Did I waste time? Did I spend more time going there? Yes, I did. But I got a charge. And I was able to, I don't want to call it hypermile, but I was able to go a little bit slower and make it all the way up to north of San Antonio, which was the next supercharger on my route. I mean, yes, there was Three Rivers, but I didn't want to go back to Three Rivers. So there you go. All right, so that covers that ground. Gee, that's kind of a long clip, isn't it? I'm sorry, but I feel like these are some of the things you got to cover. So, yeah, the guy in Irving asked, "Have you ever been locked out of your car?" Yes, I have. When I was a teenager, I drove the car to high school, right? I mean, part of the duty was I take my brother for band practice, and I learned the hard way, like, you can't just push down the little, back then they had the lock plungers on the door, right? On top of the door, you push it down. Well, what I learned after locking myself out was, okay, use the key to lock the door. That way you make sure you have your key with you. And that lesson has stayed with me all my life. Right? So if you haven't had that experience, well, I mean, okay, good for you. I mean, that's good. But the thing is, here's the lesson I learned was, always have your keys with you. Okay, not when you're sleeping, obviously, but know where they are when you go to sleep, right? But when you go outside, have your house keys with you. When you leave your car, have your keys with you. And nowadays, what is your key? Oh, it's your phone. So have your phone with you. Yeah, we had nothing like that when I was a kid. When we were in Texas, we had a party line. We had to share a phone line with somebody else. Oh my goodness. Life has come so far since I was 20. Anyway, onward, upward charge. Good morning.